wants to wipe these days whenever you can have something that automatically goes between the cheeks, not only wipes, but removes hemorrhoids at the same time?
Weirdly made by the same guy that made that chainsaw. Really focused in the crack.
Alvin, Simon, and Theodore, whatever their names were.
Yep, that was it. Scottish names. True and true.
Alvin, Simon, and Theodore!
I was gonna make fun of you, but that was fine, actually. That's good act. You know what? Good Scottish accent. Good job.
Thank you. I don't think anyone from Scotland will think so, but I'm glad you do.
Do you guys want to know which one of you was closer?
I think we both know what the real answer is.
Honestly, it's a pretty tough call, because I don't think either of you was very close.
Well, no, no, it's for milling grain. It's for you mill.
Ding, 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 Mark wins!
We set it aside. We were going to be all stupid, like we don't know, but we knew. Right, Wade? We knew.
Yeah. Pink treads. What'd you say? Grain? Grain.
Hey, we Flintstones tanks, you know.
Okay, so Mark actually did know. I'm not surprised. You're surprised. Anyway, it was punishment for prisoners. They walked on the treadmills, and their walking powered the giant grain grinding wheel thing.
Oh, grain will have unlimited power.
Palpatine at the grain mill, his first job.
Apparently, the prisoners didn't care for it, so sentiment on treadmills has not changed very much over the centuries.
You put a treadmill in a prison now, and the prisoners just start hissing, and they don't know why. Like a angry cat seeing water. Angry? You know, cat angry. Angry.
Now the elliptical, definitely for childbirth.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. Alright, I want to do one more. I like this one because it's funny, and I have a suspicion that the story is barely true, but technically true. Credit cards. Cash.
Remember
This one?
I really get a joke answer before I...
You know, it's pretty easy. You know Odd Job from Bond, how he throws his hat? Well, the hat was a little bit too obvious, so they needed something sharp and tiny that could fit like in a wallet, so to speak. So the credit card was the perfect like throwing weapon. It didn't look very dangerous, but man, could it cut through your finances and a throat.
So they invented the credit card after the credit card? Anyway, what I think this is, I'm not remembering the details perfectly, but it was part of an advertisement. Some departments on like bring the national system of credit across specific. One store did it for an advertising. It in, and it was so incredible that they were like, hey, maybe there's something expanding the idea, putting up real lines of credit, because all it did was tied to like, this is your account, and they would send it to someone, and they individualized for that account, and then people were like, I've never heard of this concept before, but sure, I'll go and see if I can actually have free money, and it worked.
No, that's stupid. So drug dealers didn't want to have their money confiscated in briefcases, so they actually came up with the credit system, keep track of who owed who what, and that way whenever the fuzz was low, they knew they could make their cash deal.
That's how Bitcoin started.
The modern day credit card that's definitely not usually mostly a scam, always.
Because if there's one thing drug dealers don't mind, is people not paying immediately. They're cool with later.
I've heard they're very chill about that.
They used to be honorable. Remember the Mafia? Vito Corleone, before Michael took over, he was all like, we respect you, Vito. We know you're a man of your word, because your word was your bond. Old-style criminals different than these new criminals. Kids these days criminals, not the same as our criminals.
Those child criminals out there, damn, no respect.
Yeah, boomer criminals are much better than these Gen Fers or whatever they are.
I hope that's the next generation. I like it. I don't know what F stands for, but I like Gen Fers.
Fucking kids.
Yeah, no, that's because you can be like, it's a generation of fucks.
Yeah.
I think Mark is closer, but there's my version, which yours might be as true or truer than mine. My version is different in some of the details, but somehow also Wade was kind of correct with your drug dealer joke.
I knew it.
So the story that I got is that Frank McNamara went out to dinner and he forgot his wallet at the restaurant, and he had a bunch of cash in his wallet, because if he didn't have cash, he didn't have nothing. And he got his wallet back eventually, but all the cash was gone. And he was like, man, see? So he invented the Diners Club card, which was originally a card only meant for a handful of kind of exclusive New York City restaurants, so that businessmen could go out and like take their clients out or go out with their wife or whatever, and they didn't have to have cash with them. So in case they got really drunk before they drove home and they forgot their wallet, they wouldn't lose any cash. It was just a card, and they could just go get the card back from the restaurant. And so it was originally the Diners Club card was meant for like a small, just a handful of places, and it grew and grew and grew because it was so, basically your story, Mark, it was so convenient and successful. Everyone was like, we should use this for everything, and then they did. But yours, honestly, like I said, this sounds very like some guy dreamed this up and was like, yeah, I'll say I invented the credit card. Yeah, see? And yours is probably just as true. These are things that probably happened around the same time, or one inspired the other, or whatever it was.
Grain.
What?
Grain.
That was treadmill. Never mind.
Thanks for playing along. We started out with just about the most shocking thing we could, so all the rest of these seem way less interesting, but
My taint hurt when you talked about the chainsaw, but it still aches.
was pretty sure that wasn't true, but I looked up and it seems to be true, and I just hate that that's a fact about things, and because what the fuck is wrong?
Did it work?
You know what? In all the looking I did, I never read far enough into any article to see if it was a successful tool in extracting any children from their now deceased mothers. I assume.
It was so brutally ineffective, they sent them deep into a forest. They're like, you know what, you're going to live here for, and they started cutting down trees to find their way back.
Just a guy, this is going from room to room in a maternity ward, just like, oh, another one's dead. All right. Room. Let's try.
It's supposed to be reassuring, like I'm giggling hard.
I'm trying. A new child coming into the world, you know? It's.
Yeah, they dressed like a clown, so the first thing the newborns would see would be a happy clown.
I slammed the door open to get everyone's attention so we know it's about to begin.
The clouds outside of a failover, like, oh, I try so hard to be happy. I gotta keep up. I gotta keep moving. Whew. Kick open the door.
The true history of the horrifying clown troop.
I hate everything about that. That's awesome. Wade, you earn points for. Oh wait, that goes on Mark's side.
All right, Mark, what'd you earn points for?
Wait, you didn't earn points for that. That's not yours. Sorry. Mark, you earned points for 60% poop shirt? Question mark. The book discussion. I didn't know how to label it. The shit book. Chainsaw butt wiping. Being correct about wallpaper. You won the Play-Doh. You won points for not cutting a wart off with toenail clippers and using hand sanitizer instead. And you got points for good limps. Good gosh, shit. Something about credit cards. Oh, that says credit cards. Wow, no, it does not. It's supposed to say credit cards. Wade, you earn points for being an asshole unabashedly, knowing about spring barley for some reason, bubble wrap. Oh, the guys who got fired for bubble wrap, wrapping their belongings in bubble wrap. Herbert Hoover, doing a good Scottish accent, and then grain. You apparently just earned points for randomly saying words for no reason during the episode today. That was.
We've really lowered the bar for me over the years. Did you say a coherent word?
What? He said a whole word. Mom, get the camera. Anyway, how many bonus points will there be?
Do you know what you're adding to the wheel?
Oh, I have to do that still. 2. All right, we get 2 bonus points, and I still have to add something to the wheel.
Should be best Scottish accent. They have to do it right there on the spot.
I really like that. So we get 2 wheel spins. Spin number 1. Oh, had the best time?
I didn't.
I did not either because of the poop. I had a bad time.
I didn't because of the chainsaw.
Well, is that a respin then? Everyone had a bad time? Is that what we're deciding?
I did. I did not have the best time.
All right, that's a respin.
Unless Bob did. You know, point Bob?
I didn't have a good time. I'm still feeling like I throw up because we talked about the Play-Doh eating. Respin. Drop the most items.
Didn't drop a damn thing.
I didn't even drop anything, and that's my thing I do.
All right. Next one.
All right, that's a respin. There's a lot of points up for grabs.
I need to eat, drop something, and do some songs real quick.
Loudest. All right. One of you was definitely the loudest.
He did do his Scottish accent. I will say.
Oh, yeah.
I would say Wade gets to be the loudest.
Damn it.
All right, one more spin. Feels like we've already had too many, but we haven't. Hey! Shirt closest to background.
Damn it.
Oh fucking God.
No, look, we can call it. It's Mark, right?
It's Mark's flesh.
Wade's wearing a red shirt and has a gray black background. Mark is wearing it's a white shirt, but it's got some skin toniness to it because it's kind of opaque almost.
I think if I did the calculations, this would be closer.
I think Mark gets this one.
I am fine with that. I think that's true.
Thank you.
But I would love to see the numbers.
Yeah, Mark, can you just throw that together real quick?
I don't want to do the numbers. I don't want to do the numbers.
You want to win, don't you?
And that is 2 bonus points. Wade, you earned a total of 7 points. Mark, you earned a total of 9 points.
Yeah!
Wait, so if I'd gotten both of those bonus points, it would have been a tie.
Yeah, it was really close to actually being a tie there. Could have been.
Mark, run the numbers.
If you had dropped anything or sung a song or anything that whole time, you could have stolen that away from him.
There were a lot of opportunities.
I just gotta remember. I need someone to give me the wheel.
Yeah, we need like a cheat sheet at the start of every episode. We all like 30 seconds. Be like, do a bunch of shit. Okay, those are my points I've chosen for this episode.
Merch?
That can be your loser speech. How about that?
Okay.
Which is now. I meant to imply it's right now.
Merch?
All right, Mark, winner speech.
Hi, merch coming soon. We have designs in the works. We have different blanks actually are in. We're ready to rock for more merch coming at you real soon. Have a lovely time. Thank you for this victory.
That's how a winner gives a speech, Wade. Thank you so much for watching and or listening to this show. Make sure you follow the podcast because then you won't miss them. Because I know you didn't watch last time, which is offensive. Follow us. Our names are on screen. And if you're a listener, not a watcher, I guess you don't get to know them. That's it. Thank you so much for listening and watching and all that stuff. That's the end. Mark will host the next one. He's awesome.
You know, at this point, if after all this merch build up and we launch it and no one buys it, we'll just delete the podcast.
Merch.
That seems like a gamble. I don't know.
We'll just delete it.
I don't know if we should stake that much on.
I really love deleting things.
Merch.
It's all fun and games until you try and delete the thing I'm a part of. Wait, we didn't agree to this. Hang on.
Merch.
You haven't heard the ticking of the clock this whole time?
Merch.
I go back and look, and every podcast ends with the spiral and the TikTok and the. Wait, no.
Sorry, man.
Anyway, podcast out. This episode is brought to you by Magic: The Gathering. The worlds of Final Fantasy are coming to Magic. exactly the right space to enjoy what you're doing, it's a luxury that you can get. And the good news is you can get everything you need to create that perfect gaming room from the Home Depot. They have paint, smart lights, sound dampening, foam, wall treatment stuff, furniture decorations, organization, bins, shelves. They have everything you need. All you have to do is go to the Home Depot. It's a one-stop. You can even get it delivered to your house. I've had that. I had some stuff delivered right to my garage. It's lovely. Build your perfect gaming room with the Home Depot. Click or tap the banner to shop now. This episode of Distractable is brought to you by Doom: The Dark Ages. Id Software presents Doom: The Dark Ages, a dark fantasy sci-fi experience that brings epic combat and over-the-top visuals to the legendary Doom franchise. Dominate demon-infested battlefields with devastating weapons, soar on a
Rated M for mature.
Good evening, gentle listeners or watchers, and welcome to Distractable. This episode, masticating Mark gets into the ape issue, then invites his allies to rant hard. Bilious Bob finally gets his drugs, eating tragedy. Yes, it's time for Don't Get Me Started. Now sit back and prepare to be distracted and enjoy the show.
Hi, welcome to Distractable. I'm not done eating my bagel, so I'm gonna let these two gentlemen take over the intro for me.
You've never seen Mark before. This is him.
This is what Mark looks like with half a shirt and a bagel in his mouth. Is there, do you just like not have cream cheese, or did you intend to eat a plain bagel? It sounds like a judgment. That sounds really like unpleasant.
I'm sorry, do you not have good shirts, or...
Do they not sell whole shirts where you live anymore, or...
You know, the tariffs.
I didn't want to pay extra to get the sleeves imported.
Like a Force Awakens 1/2 portion of shirt? All you've scavenged for today.
Well, this is Distractable, and that was a great introduction to what this podcast was. It's a podcast where you are trapped. Ha! You got tricked into this podcast. You could have picked any of the other ones on the top list, but here we are, and here you are forever and ever. You have to listen to all the episodes now. There's some good ones.
Some.
Wait, are you miming being trapped in some kind of a cage or box?
Yeah, my rope went through, but my head didn't. It's common.
That's the kind of humor you can expect here in Distractable. Hard, fast jokes, fast and you can react to them. Don't even bother laughing. You're going to hit another joke so soon. Well,
if you laughed at every joke that showed up in this podcast, why, you run out of laughs in the first 30 seconds.
Well, it's hilarious ones today because I'm hosting, and that means I won the last one.
What disgusting story are we starting this episode with? That's what we do now, right?
Or not at all. We're going to start with whatever you guys have to say. Whether it's disgusting or not, it's up to you.
Do you know the original way they removed tapeworms?
Chainsaw.
A real little one. You swallow the chainsaw and it goes through your digestive tract. It'll definitely cut up that tapeworm.
I have a not interesting life update. I've complained about this, and this is I stole Mark's idea for this one, but I've been trying to get my medicine sorted out, and I've talked about this multiple times. It's been more than 2 months, and yesterday I got the correct prescription for the first time.
Whoa!
Yeah!
By which I mean, it's still technically not. It's supposed to be a 90-day supply, and for some reason they maxed out at giving me an 83-day supply. But at 80 days, I can refill it. So I basically have what I need, as long as nothing bad happens or I need an extra couple days to get my medicine from the pharmacy or whatever. It's fine, it's fine.
Why 83? Where in the hell?
I could not fucking tell you, but the fact that they gave me as much as they did, I was like, I'll take it! This is a win! Count this as a win! God, fuck. Even the pharmacists, I've never had this before. Usually the pharmacists don't really care, right? Like, you go and they're nice and they don't care. I know the pharmacists now. I know all of the pharmacists at my pharmacy. And when I come in, every time, until yesterday, every time I come in, they're all, oh no, Yeah, we gotta talk. I called the insurer and the doctor again, and we gotta talk. And then I came in yesterday, and literally they were like, "Woo, yeah, everybody!" And then everyone in the CVS was like, "What the fuck is that?" And I was like, "Just give me my insulin."
Bob gets his drugs, everyone. Bob gets his drugs.
Anyway, that sounded terribly exciting, but man, is it a relief to get that done one time successfully and pray to God it happens again when I need it. We'll see. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm really happy for you. I know that pain and I understand it very well. And I'm glad that they all applaud for you. They don't do that for everybody.
Nah, I'm really nice to them, so they like me. So I'm handsome.
Wait, who's flirting with you these days?
Oh, my wife once a week. We schedule it. We schedule flirting time. 3 o'clock, flirt.
You have to like force her to begrudgingly do it.
Don't you look human today, babe?
You don't look any more bald than I remember.
You getting a haircut soon? Cause you're gross. Yeah.
Did you shower yet today? Cause I can smell you didn't.
I don't know what's new. I like Blueprints a lot. I'm still playing it. I had a run. So Blueprints is a game. It's like a roguelite puzzle game.
I just made a video on it.
Oh, did you?
All about it. Yeah, just now. And then we recorded this.
I had a run that lasted like 2 hours. One day lasted like 2 hours. I had all these things fall into place. I was solving puzzles left and right. And then I like unlocked this thing and this cutscene happened and I was like, oh my god, this is the best day I've ever had in this. And then the game crashed. And it reset that day. Nothing came up the same. I remembered some of the solutions and things I figured out, so I had that knowledge. But it was a crushing, defeating feeling to have that time, everything. I was like, I need this. I got this. Oh my god, I got that. I got all these things. And then to lose it all hurt. That was a little while ago. I posted an episode that came out on that. But I've been playing since then. And I've had a couple more big victory days. And I don't know, I don't do a lot of puzzle games. But I also don't know a game that I've played where I've felt more rewarded for figuring something out. Like the way I feel, just that bit of dopamine rush or whatever it is whenever something goes right. It's just like euphoric. It's so good. Whenever something clicks in place and you figure something out and like you get to accomplish something in that game, something about it is so addicting. I'm not looking forward to the game ending because I just want more. Like on day 28 or something as of this recording.
You should show off your rat's nest of notes and stuff.
I don't want to spoil anything, Mark. You can't try to read any of this, alright?
Oh, okay.
But I've got pages of notes.
You can't read it. It's Wade's handwriting. It's basically hieroglyphics.
I've got conspiracy theory. I've got useless things written down. There are things I wish I'm like, I go back and I see like a video and I'm like, why didn't you write that down? It's painful. But this is more notes I've taken playing that game than I've taken since like high school or college. Podcast notes, not even close.
Yeah, than any of the episodes of Distractable, nothing like that. Wow, that's crazy.
What I write for this, not even close to the work I put in for Blueprints. I had a puzzle I was trying to solve for Blueprints. This isn't a spoiler, because I got it wrong here. But I was writing down letters of things, and I was like, okay, this room, F. This room. And I was writing down different things, and I got fries! And I was like, oh my god, there's a food clue, fries! I kept writing down letters like, fries! ALGGHTKS. Fries What does it mean? Is that a food I don't know? There's like this stupid recording. There's like dumb me looking at the camera like, what is fries Does anyone know? Let me know in the comments what fries is.
I love that for you.
Great game, but man, there are moments where I feel genius and there are moments where I feel like the dumbest person alive.
Yeah, my episode has that. I stared at a puzzle for 30 minutes, pulled it up into MS Paint, tried to like decode it, like really analyzing it.
Yes.
And then I spend like 45 minutes trying to solve it, and I give up and I have to go look up something, and I can't tell you what it was, but it was so astronomically stupid. I had 5 of the 8 letters that it could have possibly be. The last 4 is song, and that's not a spoiler because that's part of the clue that you get. The first letter is S, and I'm like, I can't figure out what these 3 fucking letters are. And if I even thought of it for like 2 seconds, it would end.
On top of all the notes I just showed you, I have at least 34 photos on my phone of other things I've like been like, I'm not writing this whole thing down, but something in there is important. Kerchunk.
If only I was taking 60 photos per second of this chunk of this at what time?
And then the comment will be like, Wade, you left 6 keys behind, you missed 4 gems, you missed an upgrade, you forgot to open a door, you turned around here, you didn't see the light flashing at you at this time. Like, I missed the most obvious shit while I'm like, I'm pretty sure the dust on this table wasn't here the last time I drafted this room.
Yeah, I get that.
But then in the corner with an axe, I don't. I'll tell you the visit.
Shit. Alright.
Just be on the.
I put it that I playset non some fucking reason. There's a yellow roof on Jay's playset in the backyard.
There is nothing worse than a non-standard size of anything. Because when something breaks, when you have a door or a window or anything that's not the exact standard size, then it's like, well, we make windows, but you want us to cut one window that's an inch thicker? Oh, that's going to cost you at least an extra $10,000. What? Huh?
Well, the funny thing is, it's just a tarp, so it didn't cost anything. It was just a pain in the ass. Like it was still just $20, but it was just like I had to figure out how to custom order a tarp from the internet. But yeah, apparently every other playset in existence, they only sell one size of playset roof things because they're all the same. But not ours. We got a special one for whatever reason. So it's cool.
I hope nothing on it ever breaks.
Also, I dropped a screw in the play area, and I never found it. So, James is getting a tetanus shot at some point in the future here. Literally, I was putting the last screw in on the thing, and I was like, it like exploded out of existence. I manually went for it. God knows, probably float my ass.
Well, you need to have someone look at your ass.
I wouldn't even notice. That's the kind of ass I have.
I'm glad it was just a custom-sized tarp you needed, Bob. Couldn't you just got? Was it bigger? I'm guessing than what the normal tarp would be.
It was smaller.
But couldn't you just got an oversized tarp, or do you just need to fix it like gloves over it or something?
Well, you have to screw it in, right? And if you if you don't have grommets and you screw into the tarp, it's just gonna rip. And I could have grommeted my own tarp, but I've never done that. So I was like, well, I found a thing where I can get exactly the dimensions I want, so I can order literally the exact same size, and it fits, and I can screw it into the same holes. But like, it was just a thing where it's like, they sell every color and type of roof for playsets you could possibly imagine, all in the one size they're supposed to be, and that's it. And I even found the brand of the playset, and like, they don't even sell it. They sell this playset, but not the thing you need to put on top of it.
It's because they can't find the right size.
Yeah, they were like, well, fuck, no, nobody makes these in this size. Don't have a roof, I guess. That way the birds poop into it.
Cats poop under it, birds poop onto it.
What my dad always said.
He's just singing to get the bonus point wheel. Bob, get all your bonus point things in.
I'm gonna eat.
I wouldn't eat that if I...
It's a container of barbecue sauce. I'm not gonna...
Any of you eat more than the big, so I think I kind of...
Oh, that's true. Fuck. What? We weren't recording. I ate half a sandwich. It was a big sandwich.
I ate a whole meal.
It was a big double-decker club sandwich, but it was before I ordered.
Who looks more like their background, me or Paul?
Fuck.
I'm still old. What a callback. Right?
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
I know this one. What a callback, right?
All right. Shush.
This episode is brought to you by Vitamin. Living in a big city like Cincinnati has challenges.
That's so big, man.
LA's big like Cincinnati.
Thankfully, Vitamin Water's new zero sugar flavors like Rehydrate Pineapple Passion Fruit, Squeezed Lemonade, and XXX Acai Blueberry Pomegranate are packed with essential vitamins for when you're traveling across that big city.
So whatever the reason, grab a Vitamin Water today.
Copyright 2025 Glasso. Vitamin Water is a registered trademark of Glasso.
This episode is brought to you by Apple Cash. Sending payments used to be clunky, unnecessarily difficult, and weirdly invasive at times, until I discovered Apple Cash.
With Apple Cash, payments are private by design, so I don't have to deal with public feeds, awkward reactions, or other payment drama. I can send cash in messages right in the conversations I'm already having, which is super convenient.
There's also a cool feature called Tap to Cash that lets you pay somebody nearby by holding your iPhone near theirs. Switch to Apple Cash and start sending privately. Apple Cash services are provided by Green Dot Bank, member FDIC.
This episode is brought to you by Amazon Prime. Whatever you're into, it's on Prime.
You know what I got off of Amazon that is actually a crucial component of this show? My coin that I can never remember which side is heads and which side is tails.
Well, it's not just about products. Sometimes it's about shows. And Amazon Prime also comes with Prime Video.
Whatever it is, Prime helps you get more out of whatever passions you're into or getting into. Head to Amazon.com/Prime and follow your obsession wherever it goes.
We have many things to discuss today, or I guess kind of discuss, but I'm going to start off with something that really, really grinds my gears.
I knew you were going to say that.
All right.
I'm giving you a bonus point in my head, even though I'm not hosting.
I'm having the best time right now.
I'm having a ball.
Have you-
Stop now?
So I'm actually not much on the internet these days, besides just browsing Reddit sometimes. So I don't know where this debate originated, but have you heard discussion about 100 guys versus one gorilla?
Yeah.
Sure.
Right? Okay. Where do you stand on this?
So the premise is who would win in a fight? 100 normal-sized like men or one gorilla, all just unarmed combat. I feel like it would be just about the worst win you could imagine, but 100 guys has to take it just by sheer number. But that's
Has
like
to.
one guy would barely survive, and that would be the end of it. But it would be awful. That's my gut feeling. I don't have any reason I know that, but that's just how that's what I think.
It's just, I think about this and I can't understand anybody that's on the side of the gorilla because, yeah, it's a 600-pound gorilla was what I saw quoted as, but it's 100 guys. 100 guys, if they all weigh 150 pounds, which might be close to average, I don't know. That's 15,000 pounds of guy. 100 women could also take down a gorilla. Easy.
Just sacrifice half of them to be at the bottom of the pile and you crush them all to
Yeah,
death.
it would be really bad for the women, or they would be bad for the humans, no matter who they were. But there's just too many. I feel like changing the number is where it gets interesting. Because if you say 10 guys versus one gorilla, obviously.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves because I want to walk this down. This isn't the whole episode, but I actually really just wanted to kind of have this conversation.
No, I'm into it.
All right, we'll call this Nah, I'd Win Part 4.
Okay, 100 guys win easy. 90.
I feel like you're in the same ballpark. It's too many guys.
It's too many. All right, let's just jump all the way to 50. 50 guys, one gorilla.
I still think the guys win.
This is territory where I would say, in my gut, I would like 9 out of 10 times guys have it, but it's theoretically possible that a really lucky or really strong gorilla maybe takes 50 guys.
50?
Like maybe. Like there's a slight chance, but I would pick the guys. If we were betting, I would pick the guys.
If we change the parameters, I'm assuming an average dude and an average gorilla, just to keep it consistent. I'm always picturing average dudes, average gorilla. I still feel like 50 is just too, like there's too many people to grab and hold. Like you send 5 guys per limb, and then you still have 40 to go for the body.
But they can't get like, that's the thing, right? You're reaching territory where you can't all get your hands on the gorilla at the same time, and it's not enough people where you can just literally have like a pile of humanity on top. It's probably close to that still, but it's enough where like if the gorilla gets some space and starts picking people off, if the guys lose too many too quickly, there's a turning point. I don't think it's likely the gorilla would win, but I feel like this is in territory where the gorilla starts to have more of a chance if they're like lucky or they're really smart or something.
The way I look at it is, if let's say I'm the gorilla, and I'm the biggest, baddest gorilla there is, record-breaking big gorilla. If I see 50 guys emerge from the forest line coming at me, I don't care how badass of a gorilla I am. I'm scared. I'm like, holy shit! What the fuck? 50? I'd be like, I think a lot of people are like, oh, that gorilla would be fucking petrified. Holy shit, where did all these people come from? So I think, okay, I get it. Like, there's like a 1% chance the gorilla.
Yeah, that's where I'm going from.
But it's really low.
I would still definitely bet on the people.
Yeah, I'll go on people. All right, 25.
That's still 5 per limb and 5 to just go after the torso. You gotta think 5 dudes could hold back a gorilla arm, right?
It would probably take more than 2 to hold back one limb of this 600-pound gorilla. It would take more than 2 for sure.
As a person who regularly has to wrangle a toddler, I can tell you, it's in theory, it sounds like, yeah, you just hold the arm back. But the thing about body physics, body mechanics is, it's not like there's a fixed system and the arm hinges off the side. If you hold the arm back, all of that torque is still applied to the body or is used to leverage the other arm. Like, there's a lot. I would still, if I was betting money on it, I would still bet on 25 people. But this is way more in the territory of, like, if the gorilla gets some lucky shots and takes out 5-10 people right off the bat and you're knocked down to like 15 or less, immediately the people are like, oh, we're fucked. Like, there's not enough.
I think a gorilla could win against 25, but if I'm betting, it's 25 dudes.
I would still bet on people, but it would be a way closer fight in my head.
Yeah, it'd be like 1 to 5 odds, probably proportional to the amount of people there. So probably the tipping point is if you get below 20 people, it really starts to get dicey. Like, you gotta really have some coordination there to make sure that it's not able to pick you guys off, or pick one person up and hit 5 other with one person, and that's when.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I'm imagining, right? If the gorilla is as strong as I imagine, they could literally pick a person up by the ankle and just like, yeah, and it's like then they have a weapon, which is awful if you're the people.
The tricky thing is, though, with a gorilla, it's still, like, assuming it's a male gorilla, it still has testicles to hit and still has eyes. Smart, and they can communicate. So even if you don't have a plan going ahead of time, you could still shout, "Go for the eyes!" And everyone's like doing this for the eyes. Like, it would definitely do some things. 20 and below, you'd have to have that coordination. You have to have enough people that are willing to dive for it, which as you get lower in number, you get less percentage of random people that would be willing to, like, all right, let's fucking go. You might have half of them that are like, I don't want to jump in there. You might have like 2 or 3.
That's an important sort of assumption on this, is I'm imagining all of this where the option for the people is, however many people, we're going to dump you in this arena and you're going to fight this gorilla, or we're just going to shoot you. Because if it's people where there's any alternative, even if it's 100 people, most of those people are going to see the gorilla and be like, fuck that, and try and get away. You're not going to have every single person being like, I don't care if I die, let's claw his eyes out. I'm assuming there's a pretty high level of dedication where it's like, either you fight the fucking gorilla with everything you got, or you die anyway. So you're gonna, it's gonna be crazy.
Unless they're from where my grandparents' cabin was in Kentucky, where I'm pretty sure everyone there thinks they can solo a bear.
Listen, Moonshine does some crazy shit.
Yeah.
There's this, I forget where it was, like Joe Rogan always goes on about, like, a gorilla, no guy could take him down. But I don't know if this was him saying it or someone else on the show or someone else just talking about it earlier. But I always describe this as, do you think that one guy could take a gorilla? Or one guy could ever take a bear? Ever. Any guy,
yes.
Strongest guy on earth, taking a full-on grizzly bear or
with no guns, no weapons, if it's just like a fist fight.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a 1. That's a 1 in a million. Even if it was the most muscular, highly trained weapon of a human I could imagine, a whole grown grizzly bear or a grown male gorilla doesn't really give a shit, I don't think, about that person, and could still basically tear them in half.
A grizzly bear for sure. There's no way. Just like, it wouldn't happen. But
maybe I'm underestimating peoples, but that just seems ridiculous to me.
But if you got behind it, we're able to, like, choke it or something, maybe. I don't know how much they can reach with their claws and tear that direction. Like, maybe.
Even if they just fell over backwards to you, that would be pretty rough. stuff.
They find the nearest tree and just scratch. But I will say, I can't remember who said it, but it was like, you do need those people that are like, I can take a bear, because otherwise, and again, this isn't me saying this, otherwise back in like caveman days, you don't take down the woolly mammoth. You don't do it unless you have that guy that's nuts and being like, nah, fuck it, let's do this, gang. Exactly, you need your Leroy sometimes, even though Leroy can get himself and others killed for sure. Hey,
Leroy Jenkins! 1 out of every 10 Leroys brought down a mammoth. That's why we're here today.
It's the combo, right? It's like I feel like the space race brings to mind for this for me. The guys who were going up in the capsules, the test pilots and the early astronauts, were clearly like, strap me on the front of this thing that's probably just gonna fucking explode and blow my ass into space and see what happens. And all the scientists are like, well, wait, hey, maybe we can make this safer. Like, well, let's up your odds a little, hang on. Like, it's the combination of the crazy, brave, insane person who's like, oh, I don't care, I'll do it. And everyone else being like, let's help him.
this reminds me, a totally different subject, but you saying that, have you heard of the XF-84H Thunder Screech?
Yes. Yeah, well, I don't want to spoil it. You can
No, I just pulled it up. You can talk about it.
That's the plane where it's a propeller plane. It's a prop plane, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the engine rotates the propeller so fast that the tips of the blades create they're constantly breaking the sound barrier, and so they create a constant, persistent sonic boom. So as the thing flies, it's one of the loudest things humans have ever created, if you exclude like the largest nuclear detonations. But like it's so loud that people 20 miles away, when it was doing test flights or further, heard it like a fighter jet was flying right over their house and were like terrified of it. And flying it inside the pilot, inside of it, was so loud that it like physically disabled the pilots. They would get sick or disoriented. It basically was like giving them concussions just for trying to fly this plane normally at normal speed for the way it functioned. The craziest fucking plane ever.
They got a test pilot to do it, because anyone that actually tried to pilot, they would go up and immediately come back down and be like, fuck this. But finally they got someone to take a like 30-minute flight, and I think he came down with a concussion. Like he literally had a concussion by the time he landed. It was that bad.
That plane is such a just the best invention. It's like no one can fly it. Everyone for 150 miles hears when it's in the air. It's the most terrifying, useless, loud thing. And it's not like it was a propeller plane that could go like so fast that it was just kind of a fast plane that had no other. It was just
in 200 years we'll find out that invention led to some other use that's completely crazy and different.
Now, when you're trying to give birth, sometimes what you need,
you know what's gonna get that baby out of there? Just sonic booms going right into the womb.
Just put the propeller in reverse. It sucks.
Nothing scares a baby out of the uterus like constant sonic booms.
You know where they made that plane?
Wasn't it like New Mexico or something?
Wright-Patterson.
Hey, that's right by us.
Well, that explains why I had all those headaches a couple weeks ago.
Well, if you were alive in 1955, that would explain many things that we know about you, but also,
Oh, that's when they did it? They had the propellers that fast in 1955? I guess we had atomic technology set up.
It's the tip of the propeller, right? So it's not like the entire face of the propeller is traveling faster than the speed of sound. But the tip, which is the part with the highest velocity because it's furthest from the road, it's just the design of the thing. They were trying to design a plane to go faster, but it turns out there's kind of a limit on that, because if the tips of your propellers break the sound barrier, then it's like flying a giant fucking explosion for every moment it's on and flying.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure it's awful, but I really wish that like you could go see, like at an air show, they would have one of those fly over. But like you wouldn't be allowed to do that. I would just be so fascinated to hear something that loud. Like I can't imagine.
Then you hear it and you're like, all right, never again. I'm good.
You hear it and it's like 100 miles away and you're like, all right, that's pretty loud. All right, okay, that's enough planes.
Dude, I can't handle it whenever I knock over. Like, we use like a baby gate to keep the dogs out of certain spots. When that falls over and hits like wood or something, that noise is too loud for me. I don't want to hear a fucking sonic boom over my head.
Oh yeah, no, I would not actually like it, but it's a very fascinating thing with that lighting system.
Anyway, all right. So that was a side tangent.
Oh yeah, the gorillas.
The real thing we're going to be talking about today is actually, it's one of the few suggestions that we're taking from the subreddit. I don't know.
I don't fucking go out there anymore.
All right. So anyway, there's a post. Once you read this, you'll understand all caps make it happen subreddit. And usually if I see something like that, I'm like, I'm not going to take this idea out of spite because this is silly. But Agreeable Middle 769, they said they didn't make it. They found.
Before we get into it, did we figure out the number where it's 50-50 gorilla people? What is our 50-50 number? I want to know.
50-50. Average people, I would put it around 15 to 20 would be a 50-50 shot either way.
Fire wants to say 15 would be pretty even, pretty 50-50.
I was thinking 12. 12 for me.
12?
That's not crazy. That sounds reasonable to me.
Yeah, 12. I could see 12 because then a gorilla would still be like, shit, 12. If it's a number that I imagine the gorilla would be like, oh, I don't like these odds, then that's about 50-50. 12, I guess, would make sense. It's enough for everyone to get in there at once. It's enough for everyone to grab some part of this gorilla. It's enough you could lose some people and it's not immediately bad when you lose one. 10 is like pushing it.
For some reason, yeah. For some reason, I'm like 10. I think a gorilla could take 10, but I don't know why. I'm like, but 12. That's too more
No,
than 10.
It makes sense. There's something about those kind of thresholds. Like 10 isn't a natural threshold. But okay, so you have. I think I remember seeing a documentary on the history, and I'll discover something about this. Nowhere near as bad sudden. Like 1v2 is like you could be like, okay, if I really play this right. 1v3, I'm like, to hit a threat higher to something. I think 12 is that threshold higher than 10. It really starts to make a difference.
I don't know why, but it feels that way to me. Anyway,
the reason I talk about this is because in this post that they made, which is a post they found on Pinterest, which is a post that originally was made on Tumblr, which has 784,000 notes. There's a game that this person, Flashing Lights, likes to call Don't Get Me Started, which is where on a random topic that I'm going to give one of you guys, you have to go on an angry rant about how you're just fucking don't get me started about X. When for me, it was don't get me started about 100 people versus one gorilla. There's no fucking way that gorilla's gonna lose this fight. 100 people? You shitting me? 100, like, you know, so 100 people with no legs could take down a gorilla, you know, it's just like go off on that.
Oh, that's interesting.
100 people, no limbs?
No, not no limbs.
Just mouths and
just flopping. Come at me, gorilla. Maybe by pure exhaustion, the gorilla would get tired by the 80th person.
He could probably get away with having a nap in the middle of killing everybody, huh?
Yeah, you just...
As long as he's still laid down far enough away, probably have some time.
Yeah. Oh, man, but if you see 100 limbless people rolling down at you, it's...
Yeah, I wouldn't take that fight. That's not good.
Alright, so I got a random topic. Just said the first one.
Oh, good. I think Wade goes first.
Who gets this one? Alright, heads Wade, tails Bob. I forget if that's an order.
Sure. Head.
600 feet, make a U-turn. Make a U-turn. In a quarter of a mile, make a U-turn. In 600 feet, make a U-turn. Make a U-turn. In 400 feet, turn left. Turn left, then turn left.
Unfortunately, the pair of pants I picked for today are a little bit tight. I'm a little bit uncomfortable.
Turn left, then turn right. Turn right, then turn right. Turn right. In a quarter of a mile, turn left onto the slip road. Turn left onto the slip road.
Yeah, I can't wait.
First topic that popped up in literally the random topic generator is motherhood.
I mean, good.
Hey, you don't have to. You don't have to. You can abstain.
Yes, I do. So I go off on a tangent. Don't get me started. on
You have to start whatever you're saying with, don't get me started about...
Don't even get me started about motherhood. Motherhood, so much more complex and difficult than we give credence to. Everyone's like, oh man, being a dad, you have to deal with your wife being pregnant. She's got cravings. She's got mood swings. The baby's here. Wow, I don't get as much attention as I used to. My workflow's disrupted. I don't get as much sleep. Mama's got chemical stuff going on. Changes. Postpartum depression, tiny, bitter, super upset fucking husband. Now instead of thinking about if anything is difficult during the pregnancy, during the birth, during the child care, plus adjusting to the schedule, adjusting to the changes. Just do not even get me started.
All right. I feel like you took, you tried, I'll give you a point for it, but you didn't go the way that we all knew you should have gone.
I know what way you wanted me to go. I'm not alienating half the fan base.
Look, man, we're all playing, it's a game.
My heart will go out to Elon, and I'll talk about gay wind. I'm not going after moms.
All right, fair enough, but I'll give you a point for that, but I guess I'll give you...
My balls are only so big, dude.
All right. Bob, lighters. That's your random topic.
Oh, don't get me started about lighters. Fire anytime you want it with the flick of a finger. That's what humanity needed. Do you know why cavemen had to rub sticks together? Bomb in your butt. Don't even get me started about lighters. Like I need more shit to be worried about on a daily basis. Plus, you know what having a lighter leads to? Smoking cigarettes. That's right, lighters cause cancer. Lighters are worse than cancer because lighters could give cancer to people who didn't even have to begin with. Some people are born that way, and some people figure out how to use a lighter and grow up to get cancer. Thanks, Big Fire.
That was good. All right, okay.
Man, controversial topic. Motherhood, lighters. These are equally tough things to be angry about.
Oh, give me politics, give me abortion, give me, come on, death penalty, something.
Look, wait, this one will be much more fair, but not to you. I think personally, it's random. It's so random.
I believe it, yeah. We have two wheels. Random topic and controversial topic wheel.
No, it's not controversial, but it's not fair to you.
And get me started on boats. We are not meant to be out there on the fucking water. We're meant to be on land. We have legs, we have arms, we started crawling around on all fours. You know what you don't start off doing? Swimming. You're not born into a tub of water, milk, or whatever have you. You're born onto land. There are water births, sure, but those aren't fucking natural. The cavemen were like, oh, baby come born, need tub of water, put on boat. No, we don't belong on boats. We don't belong in space. We belong on fucking dirt where we can walk and grow plants and eat ants and all that kind of shit. What are you gonna eat out on a fucking boat? You gonna catch a bird with your bare hand? No, you need even more tools. And then you need a bigger fucking boat to hold all those tools so you can get your fish, you can get your birds. Whereas I can just walk down the fucking road and grab a goddamn squirrel off the road. Easy peasy. But you can't do that in the fucking water. You gonna dive in and outswim a fish? No. You gonna outfly a bird? No. This just wastes more resources for bigger boats so we can fucking survive out there whenever we don't even need to do that shit. Oh, but it's so peaceful having a nice sea breeze floating around, bobbing, so you get motion sick. And then you get to land and you walk around like an asshole for 2 days because, oh, I've been bobbing around like this for fucking ever. And you look stupid. You don't need a boat.
Fucking Jack Sparrow over here walking around.
You ever see sailors get off their goddamn boat drunk? They just got
You got a bigger boat. You need tools on your boat. You go catch your fish. You go get your birds. Yeah, I thought that was really good too. I could see the thought process because you're like, you're on a boat, you're on the water. What are you gonna eat? Birds? All right, fish exist. Fishing?
All right, Bob. Yours is holidays.
Don't even get me started on holidays. Emphasis on the days part. How many days of my life am I going to have to give up to some new fucking holiday? You know which ones I need? The classics. Birthday, New Year's, and Memorial Day. All the rest of the holidays are just made up bullshit to sell cards and force us into even more consumerism. Unless it's a day off work, I don't need this in my life. And if it's a day off work, I'm not celebrating somebody else's holiday. I'm celebrating my holiday. It's called I don't have to work this Monday, so it's kind of like Sunday part 2. But there's no football. Monday night is Monday, and football's good. But holidays are such a fucking waste of time. Unless it's New Year's Eve, my birthday, or Memorial Day, which we all know and love. It's just a scam. It's just the government trying to control you. It's just the government you what's good and what's bad too. It's going to be National High Five a Squirrel Day. And then after that, it's National Kiss a Fish Day. How are you going to get to a fish? A fucking boat? Don't get me started on boats.
Honestly, don't get me started on pets. Once a month and have someone stick their fingers up their ass to release their anal glands. Because apparently that's a fucking thing they don't teach them. Oh, I want to give you the puppy. No, you don't. You gonna gel up your fingers and shove it up Fido's ass? Well, someone has to, because anal glands get clogged. It's disgusting. Oh, and then they get older. We outlive our pets. That's really sad. It sucks losing pets. Been there, done that. They don't train you for that shit either. But when they get old, it's not all cute, cuddly, fun games. No, I'm learning that cats stop using the litter box and they shit on the floor and they drag their ass. They go outside, they eat grass, they come inside, and guess what? Oh, grass, that doesn't feel so good. Oh, I vomited. That makes me need to shit too for some reason. Let me just leave all of that right by the couch where you sit so your feet can either be in the nice, nasty, icky or on the lovely cleaning solution you put down. Just got a new rug? Oh boy, no mark yet. I better go mark that. Hike, piss, bleh, all over the goddamn place. Oh, I don't want to eat the food you got today, Father. To want. I don't want those treats today. I want what you want. All that steak that you've been cooking looks great. You had to look away to crack open a drink? Oh, fucking mine! Get your own food now, Dad! Oh, okay, guess I'll just fucking starve. What good do you give me? Some cuddles, some cute moments, but all of the shit! Don't get me started.
God, you really went there, man.
Cast.
Next,
That donkey is just all donkey.
Don't even. They hang out with the horses. Donkey dragon hybrid babies. Pull the wagon to market? Nah, why don't you use the horse for that? Actually, I killed the horse. Yeah, donkeys can do that too. Donkeys are worse than pets because they will shit in your house and they will throw up grass for no reason. But they do all kinds of other shit too. Did you know that donkeys wear pants? Yeah, they wear lots of pants. And then they shit in those pants, and then you have to wash those pants, or it's animal cruelty. Yeah, I thought so. These are facts about donkeys. Don't even keep me going. Did you know that donkeys like to pretend to be friends with ducks and let you take cute family pictures like they're all a bunch of orphans who are all gonna live together and then they just stamp them to death just for fun, just to see your face when you come back out to the field and you're like, oh, we're gonna visit the lovely family of donkeys and ducks that's living in my... No. They're murderers. Donkeys are murderers. Cold-blooded murderers. They are actually sociopaths. They do not give a shit. It's all an act. It's all a hee-haw, hee-haw. It's a ruse. They think I don't know what they're up to, but I figured their shit out. I can see through the shtick, and the next time I'm in the same room as a donkey, I'm not gonna fall for it.
Goddamn, I didn't think you were gonna go that way.
I don't actually know very much about donkeys. Was that accurate?
I believe it now, you know?
Do you make yourself lightheaded doing these spiels? 'Cause I made myself lightheaded on the last one.
I make my heart race. I think I'm like forcing myself to have a little bit of adrenaline or something because I'm trying to get like amped up.
I feel like our careers are bad for our health.
I hope. Just imagine.
All right. Okay. I that was the one-worded topics. I wanted to spill it over into some things that are.
Two sentence don't make me's?
Don't even get me started about the scary tape.
I think that there's room to expand just a little bit into something that might actually kind of be controversial. I was like, here's random, and then I had this plan for like, here's maybe something that is worth debate.
Beat me, daddy.
That is really crank his volume so people can hear. He's still going. Alright, so Wade's dead now.
Does that mean I win?
Unless we want to give like posture. We should define that next time, what happens when a host or participant dies in the episode. We don't have a contingency for that. We should have a last will and testament.
Can you imagine if we actually just kept rolling? Like, one of us actually just died. We're like, well, the show must go on. I mean,
If we agree that we have to, if we agree that we need to keep this as in the episode, one of us dying.
should one of us call 911 or tell their significant? No, well, let's finish the episode first.
Well, man, it sucks if they lose. Like you said, the wheel and it just really falls out of their favor.
Hey, they got the point for didn't participate the most.
Okay, wait. Here's a topic. I'm not sure which side to take you on, but let's say kids having cell phones.
Don't get me started on kids with cell phones. When we were growing up, we were lucky to have a walkie-talkie. My grandparents gave me a walkie-talkie, and if I got out of range of the walkie-talkie, grounded, in trouble, not going out again. Kids with cell phones, they don't have to worry about dial-up internet like we did. They can just access whatever, whenever. They're in class, cell phone goes off. Hold on, teacher, gotta take this call. That's why they're dumb as shit and not learning anything, because they're fucking sitting there Googling dumb shit, responding to their friends, texting their friends, looking at porn, making bombs, whatever teenagers do these days. That's not fucking sitting there and learning. We talk about the education system failing. Oh, it must be the teachers. Oh, it must be this. No, it's the goddamn stupid-ass kids and their worst fucking parents giving them all this technology way too early, and they don't know how to handle it because they're giving it at an early age. They think, oh, I can just go off and multitask whenever. No, your brain's not that good. Our brains aren't that good. Humans' brains aren't that good. We're all stupider for having phones in front of us at all times. Kids with cell phones, worst idea. Nothing good is coming of that. They may once in a blue moon have an important text or call that comes that doesn't have to go through the principal's office. We had a protocol for that. If something important happened, principal comes in, intercom goes off. Come in, we need to tell you something. Now it's, hey, grandma died. By the way, just thought you should know. Love you. Oh, don't forget to do your homework. Bye. And it's like, fucking, why is that on your phone? Don't even get me started on this.
I looked at my cell phone every time you said the word phone during that.
See? I'll take that phone and beat little Timmy's fucking head in with it. Be like, you gonna pay attention now? You gonna pay attention now?
No, he probably is not.
This is good therapy. We should do this more.
I think Wade has a lot of pent-up issues then.
Yeah, I'm sorry to get the real ones there. All right. Okay.
Oh, good. Okay. That's a good reaction.
Funerals.
Oh, let me just stretch the anger out a little bit. Don't even get me started on funerals. Did I not give you enough while you were alive? Did you not take enough of my precious time while you could reciprocate anything? Let's not even get into whether you did or did not ever say thank you for the countless hours of my life I gave to you. Grandma, coming to visit, spending the holidays with you, eating the food you made for me to make me eat. It's awful. Don't get me started on funerals. Like, those people need any more attention. Only the most narcissistic, selfish, unbelievably self-centered people would possibly think that what they need after they have left their family mourning and just torn apart is a party for them. That's who's important at that moment in time. That's what everyone wants. And open casket funerals? Please. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna die, and then I want you to dress me up real nice, and I want you to do my makeup, and I want you to stuff my cheeks with cotton balls, pretend like they're not all sunken in, and then come look at me and talk to me like I'm there. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair to everyone. I need that. In the afterlife, I'll really enjoy it. I'll drink it up like a delicious salve on my soul. That's fair. That's good. Miss you, Grandma.
Oh man,
Having been to like 100 funerals, do you know what, Bob? That's spot on. I
that's
agree.
spot on. I think you
Selfish
got it.
bastards.
Unbelievable behavior.
You're smart.
Oh, don't even get me started on what else you got.
Don't even get me started on getting started.
Oh no, we're not gonna get meta here.
Are you just like cycling through right now to pick ones that you want us to do?
Yeah. Well, I'm hitting random. You know. Well, some of them, I don't know. Do you want to? Wait, do you want coffee? Because that's what's up.
I will do. You give me the topic, man. I'll make it work.
All right. Well, coffee is what's on the motherhood just came up again. So unless you want to.
Man, this thing is really trying to get in there.
Ah, mother coffee. Don't get me started on coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker. People will say they wake up, they're like, oh, the smell of a fresh cup of coffee. People have their nasty yellowed coffee teeth. They have their nasty coffee breath. 1 cup of coffee when I wake up gives me some energy to start my day. A month later, 2 cups of coffee gives me the energy to start my day. A couple months later, oh man, I've not had coffee in like 2 hours. I'm starting to really had 2 pots of fucking coffee today. Oh, I only need 18 forests of coffee to get through my week. You weak fucking little bitches. I don't have any coffee. I don't have any goddamn energy drinks. I'm a fucking person who just learns to deal with it. Jesus fuck. Oh, I need my coffee. No, you don't. You made yourself need your coffee. You got yourself on this goddamn addiction to coffee. What good has it done other than make you spend more money to get more coffee that doesn't quite get you that same high the first cup ever did? It's like your goddamn serial killer. You got your first kill. Oh man, I gotta do another one, see if it gets to that same high. No, the coffee will never recapture that first moment of coffee glass you had. It will never be as good. And you smell bad. It smells bad. It tastes bad. It takes up space. So it could have other good things in the store. Oh, you know, you work in a place that serves coffee. You know what you do? Every 10 minutes you'll change the fucking coffee. You throw away the nasty wrapper of coffee grounds. You start another brew of coffee. People come in. I'll have my 50-cent cup of coffee. Actually, it's $1 today, sir. The price went up. Yeah, that's what fucking happens in the world. Prices go up. And I'm sorry you're grumpy you didn't have your cigarette and your coffee. Oh my God, it's not my problem. Get over it. Don't even get me started on coffee.
And you smell bad.
Smell bad. Damn, man. All right, well done. All right, Bob, this would be the last one.
Would be.
Because by the turn and the orders that we have been in, this would be it. What are your thoughts on mining?
Yep. Analyzing.
It's irrelevant to our everyday life.
Look, it's a random topic.
Don't even get me started on mining. You know who mines? Miners. You know what miners talk like? Oh, cinnamon and gravy. Oh, heaven.
Gus Chickens?
Could you live with that? I grew up in a town of miners. Every fucking adult talked like that. Could you imagine that life? You know how hard it was for me to learn how to talk normally, like a human person like this? Don't even get me started. And the clothes. It's the 21st century, and miners still dress like it's 1863, and no one has invented clothing in the last... Look, it's not even about that. I just wish... Yes, he needed to provide for his family. Yes,